Welcome back to the Manc Entrepreneur YouTube channel, and in this episode I want to talk to you about the news that broke last week about Facebook Marketplace. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, e-commerce and marketplaces is sort of my specialty. It's what I know a lot about and what a lot of my business is involved in. And last week Facebook released Facebook Marketplace and started rolling it out in UK, USA, New Zealand and a couple of other countries. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that Facebook launched Facebook Marketplace initially back in 2007. But the problem was, back in 2007, e-commerce wasn't as big as it is now. Sure, the marketplaces, eBay and Amazon, and Play.com and Rakuten back then, were doing good business, but social was still social. That's what it was for. And Facebook discontinued Marketplace due to lack of interest back in 2007. Well, now they've brought it back. And this could be very interesting. E-commerce now is huge. It's bigger than it's ever been before, and the growth is just continuing to grow. And when we talk marketplaces, as I said just a moment ago, we're thinking eBay, Amazon. They are the two big players globally. Now, sure, there are other marketplaces out there. I think Taobao out in the Far East. We have Jet.com, which has just been bought by Walmart in the USA. And there's a handful of others. I think La Redoute have one in France, and there's ones in Poland and Brazil. And the point is that there are lots of other marketplaces out there. However, the two global ones are eBay and Amazon. They're by far the biggest and by far the most widely used. Also, there is also Alibaba and AliExpress. However, they are much more B2B orientated, which means business to business, like wholesalers, where eBay and Amazon are much more B2C, business to consumer or business to customer. Now, when it comes to global marketplaces, there's not many businesses that exist right now that could enter the arena and make an impact globally. However, Facebook is one of those businesses that could. Along with the likes of Google, they have ridiculous amount of funding behind them. They are an incredibly rich, cash-rich business, and they could just throw development teams and hardware and software work at this. And that's what it would need in order to now compete with the likes of eBay and Amazon, who've been doing this for 15, 20 years. The next coolest thing is that Facebook has over 1 billion users. That's huge. That's more than eBay and Amazon, by far. And all of a sudden, when you have the permission to talk to that many people, interesting things can happen. You have a certain amount of clout behind what you release. And like I said, Facebook, they were a bit of a sneaky one because no one really saw this coming. And yeah, it could get very interesting. Now, you might be sat there thinking, that's all well and good, Mr. Manc Entrepreneur, but, you know, I've bought and sold things on Facebook before. Yeah, totally, I know. Facebook groups and Facebook pages for buy and sell, insert your local area here, are huge. You know, just in Manchester alone, I can see buy and sell Saddleworth, Altrincham, Salford, so many different regions and different locales, neighbourhoods that have these groups already, and people are transacting on there. They are arranging to meet up, swap goods, swap money. So Facebook e-commerce has existed, but it's not been made easy by Facebook. People have just used Facebook's existing tools in order to fulfill their need. What's happening now is Facebook is going, well, guys, you know, these buy and sell groups, there's so many of them. Let's help you out a bit. Let's make this easier. We have this amazing platform with a website, we have Messenger, we can, you know, we have the apps where you can upload pictures. We put all this together and we can make this transaction a lot easier for you. We can take a picture you've just taken on your phone, You can upload it to in the Facebook app. If someone likes what you've taken a picture of and wants to buy it, they can message you on Instant Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And all of a sudden, the Facebook ecosystem becomes a very insular place to carry out a transaction. Now, what is curious is that right now, the two big guys, Amazon and eBay, they are B2C, largely. eBay has an element of customer to customer. Like, I could just list, again, trusty water bottle, and someone could buy it. And I'm not a business, I'm just selling it to someone else. But largely on eBay, it's business to consumer. And Amazon is purely business to consumer. You know, you can set up a small account, but you wouldn't bother because of the hoops that you've got to jump through. So, largely speaking, B2C businesses, marketplaces, currently. Facebook are taking this C2C to begin with. So people like me and you can take things that are lying around our office, maybe one of these books, maybe The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I think that's such a good book. I've got it on Kindle, and I want to share what a good book that is, and I write a quick list of what, you know, how that's helped me do what I do, and I want someone else to benefit from it as well. I can then list that on Facebook, and someone could see that and go, oh, right, well, I'm going to give it a read. I've got nothing to lose. That Escape the 9 to 5, Live Anywhere and Join the New Rich is a very interesting title. So, you know, I'm interested. But what happened? What's the natural evolution from there? It has to be B2C. I can only see that Facebook will inevitably introduce some of their larger business pages and enable them to start using the marketplace feature and start introducing, listing their products on there for sale. It's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I bet there's some very worried people at eBay right now because Facebook is naturally aligning themselves in the sort of target market that eBay align themselves in. Amazon have the niche really sort of nailed down in fast delivery. If I want a product now, I know that I can go on the Amazon Prime Now app and probably get it within a couple of hours. If I can't get it in a couple of hours, chances are I can get it next day, being in the UK. In America, you guys might, depending where you're based, you may need to wait a little longer, but within a couple of days certainly is not unreasonable. Facebook can't compete with that. Right now, they don't have the logistics that Amazon do. They don't have the FBA warehouses and Amazon's own logistics company set up. Facebook can't compete with that. What Facebook can compete with is the more unusual, the more personal relationship between selling items. But also, Facebook can really, really get into the niche of local marketplace. And that's interesting, because that's what eBay are trying to do. eBay Neighborhood relaunched only a few months ago, and now Facebook Marketplace is now going to be in that same local marketplace arena. So if I was eBay, I'd be watching this very, very closely, because like I said, if it was anyone else, if it was any other business, you'd sort of look at them and go, oh, isn't that cute? They're trying to be a marketplace. It's Facebook. Like I said, these guys have the finances and have the innovation, and they have the entrepreneurial attitude in everything they do to go after it and make it work and to innovate. And that's something which eBay hasn't really been doing for the past 10 years or so. So it's going to be really fascinating to see what happens over the next few months with Facebook Marketplace. Will it fizzle out like it did last time? I suspect not. I suspect social is now ready for an e-commerce tie-in. Previously, it seemed a bit like that dodgy bloke in the bar who's trying to flog DVDs in the corner while you're chatting to your mates. Seems a bit forced. Now, however, I think social has developed and evolved into a much more open community of sorts. All of a sudden, the opinions of others mean more, and that word of mouth appeal from what someone else thinks about this product can really sway decisions. Again, Amazon know this. Amazon reviews are huge. The little star ratings that you see, they are huge. They are, you see a product with 5 stars and thousands of reviews, it works. Those things sell more. End of. Facebook could do the very same, because they have the permission to talk to these people, and they'll know it. They'll be able to know what you've bought, and did you enjoy this product? Would you recommend it to such and such a body? Your friend Sharon, who also likes this. Facebook have the data. They have the demographical data to know what pages you like, to know what searches you do, to know what pictures you share, and all of a sudden the whole targeted e-commerce thing could become very interesting. So for me, as like an e-commerce expert, I'm looking at the Facebook marketplace with very keen eyes, because I think now could be the time that social e-commerce come together and interesting things happen and really shake the marketplaces up a little bit. It's early days for sure. It's not going to happen overnight, but this time next year we could have Facebook Marketplace competing with eBay and Amazon. Who knows? So with that said, guys, I've got a question for you. I want to know, A, if you have already bought anything off of a Facebook transaction, or B, if you would, or do you think Facebook should purely be for social and you're not really interested, you're not in buying mode when you are on Facebook? Please let me know down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And who knows, Facebook right now might integrate a payment gateway. They might work with PayPal. They're no longer tied to eBay. So if you could then start transacting at a bigger level, not just doing cash in hand transactions off of eBay, if you could transact on site, who knows where this could go. But it's very interesting, and it's very entrepreneurial from Facebook's part. I'd love to see this work. So anyway, that's enough for today's episode of me going on a bit of an e-commerce bender with Facebook Marketplace. Like I said, to me it's fascinating. I'd love to hear what you think. And also, as always, if you've enjoyed this episode, please let me know. Give me a like and subscribe if you're new. And guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.